right. Well, I guess this is part 3 to the episode 3. Part 3 of the episode 3.
Ken was just reading a comic.
Yeah.
What were you reading, Ken?
Oh, well, I was just brushing up on
Sheer
the
Origins.
topic of our discussion today, which is Marvel's Agents of
Agents of
S.H.I.E.L.D.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Features
Yep.
the first appearance of Coulson in the Marvel Universe in the 616.
Hmm, very interesting fact. So, come down to Classic Comics, and you can be...
Plenty of them. So.
you can and feed your, your geek stomach with such, nourishing facts as that.
Cool. So I guess this part we'll talk about an overall what we think of S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything. So let's just get into it, guys. You want to start off first?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we talked about the characters. We talked a little bit about the what our
Overall.
initial thoughts.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, I still think that it's got plenty of legs, and it is very early in the run of the show. They seem to be hitting their stride, don't they, in terms of storytelling and developing. I think, Jared, you were saying something before about...
I feel like episode 8 is, in a lot of senses, the first real episode, like almost like a new pilot. I feel like that's the show that this show will become.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get bigger and stronger and better when the characters have melded and all the actors in this episode felt more natural in their parts and stuff like that. So
I absolutely agree with you. I mean, like I always said previously in the other 2 parts, the first 2 episodes you can't get a gauge on what the whole series is going to be like. Yeah. And you're absolutely right in saying episode 8 is the one that did it for me for sure, to sort of say, you know what, I am actually enjoying this TV series. First 2 episodes, 50-50.
There's really not a lot of world building going on in the first 2. It's really taking, it's really assuming you know a lot of of what's happened in the Phase 1 movies, as they like to call it.
Yeah. But all right, what are your sort of ideas on what might happen in the future? Any sort of predictions or what? I mean, I personally think that we won't see these characters over in the big films.
You don't think so?
I don't think we will.
What do you think, Jared?
I think it'll be the other way around.
if Chloe Bennet wants to be in anything, you let Chloe Bennet be in something. The more I see of her, the more I like.
She was a former pop star, from what I have read up. Yeah, so she's
multi-talented.
Multi-talented and very attractive. But you don't think that they're going to go into the movie?
No.
You can't imagine maybe...
I disagree too. I think the reverse is more likely. I think it's more likely that characters from the movies will come over.
Exactly.
You think so?
And
I find that hard to believe.
Again, I think it's more likely that these characters are more likely to appear in the 616 than the reverse, than 616 characters appearing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That I definitely agree with, but I'm still...
Yeah, I just don't think it'll be a movie.
You don't think you're going to see maybe Fitz and Simmons handy Captain America's next gadget or anything like that?
No. I mean, it would be great if it did. But
you're telling me that you might see... Well, we said Jeremy Renner may make an appearance. I think Kat Dennings is basically a TV actress. No offense, Kat Dennings.
Yeah.
But, I just sometimes get the feeling that, her and Fran Drescher should have a argument as to who's got the most annoying voice. But anyway, you don't think... I find it hard to believe that Robert Downey Jr. might make an appearance on TV. People forget that he wasn't Ally McBeal.
No, I don't think it'll be a direct...
When he couldn't get work, though.
Don't pretend I'm the only one who watched Ally McBeal when I was growing up.
You were, because I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say that.
I would be quite stunned if anyone from the universe, not the universe, the movie, transitioned over to the small screen. But that's
a cameo appearance, if anything, like Nick Fury did. That sort of thing.
The most logical character is Black Widow. I think she lends itself easiest to it, but I think Scarlett Johansson's profile is so massive that she won't ever do it. I think Jeremy Renner is the easiest fit. I think he's affordable. I think he works on TV. I don't think he's a big screen actor.
Do we ever think that there's going to be an Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. movie?
You mean like Serenity?
Serenity movie? I mean,
Serenity?
The
who knows? They might can the whole after season 1. They might can it.
The only possibility of that is if people stop downloading it and watching it when it's free to air, then it'll rate, and then the networks will see that their show that they're throwing all this money at is rating, and it'll keep on going. Firefly and Dollhouse suffered because people downloaded it.
I think, given the amount of clout that Marvel and Disney have, I am going to go out on a limb and say that this series is going to keep going until the people behind it don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I think it's going strong. It's just going to get better from what we've got at episode 8.
Yep.
I think season 1's going to be great. I'm hopeful season 2, 3 onwards is going to keep on going. But I gotta say, with TV series, I do like an end to it. I do like it when they sort of say, all right, we're gonna make 5 seasons or
like
8 seasons,
long arcs.
yeah, and then that's it. So,
but you're talking about they're gonna wrap it all up. You're gonna
eventually it will have to, or else it'll just drag out a little bit.
You don't think maybe they'll phase out agents and introduce more, or you don't like the sound of that? You don't like the idea?
No, I like the series to be
set 5 thing.
Yeah. I like it that way.
Well, so long as Chloe Bennet stays around as the brains behind it, I think they can go in any direction they want. One thing that I wanted to talk about is the structure of the episodes. I noticed that at the end of every episode we get Phil Coulson's voice saying, stick around for more Marvel after the break. Is that I mean, that to me is that Marvel's way of saying that when you're watching the movies you should be sticking around to after the credits? Or because didn't you just find it odd that they had to introduce that?
No, it's really. a bit. I thought it was a bit old school, like shows from the 80s and maybe even the 70s.
So it's not just a Marvel thing. So if I pick up a Marvel book, there's not an extra page at the back of.
No, I guess wouldn't it just say to be continued if it was doing that sort of stuff?
I don't know. I thought it was really strange. It was almost their way of saying that, hey, when you watch the movies, stick around till the end. But
this is my problem with the button scenes on the movies. Like when I saw Thor 2, my entire cinema cleared out. Okay,
that's normal.
So the button scenes are directed to a particular audience, like the comic book audience, because everybody else who goes out and goes see these movies, they don't care what's coming next. All they know is that they went out with their friends to go see a movie. Mm-hmm. They don't care what's next or who's coming or what's happening.
Surely with the TV series, there's going to be a lot of those people who already know. I just thought it was very strange, but you might be right. It's a throwback or a little, a bit of nostalgia.
There's one thing about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that I've been talking about a lot in the show, and I don't want to say it's cliched, but I don't think the writers are afraid to embrace cliches, which is great because I don't know if I'm so old that I've seen all these patterns in TV shows before that it's a bit tired now when I'm watching S.H.I.E.L.D., but I just class it down to cliches, and I said, I don't think it's horribly cliched. I wouldn't say it's horribly cliched.
I don't think it's horrible.
I think they happily embrace the cliche.
It's got a good nostalgic feeling to it.
Yeah.
Me, so
okay, well, with all that being said then, I guess the bottom line is we're all enjoying the series so far. Is that fair to say? We all enjoy the series. Would you recommend it to...
I would highly recommend it. Stick to at least episode 4 or 5 to see if you like it. But for me, episode 8 is the one.
I think episode 8 is the one you can start recommending to friends who aren't comic book fans or haven't watched it before.
I think they need to have at least a passing familiarity with the movies, which I find it hard to believe this billion-dollar grossing franchise, that someone needs introduction to it.
Yeah. I mean, you'd recommend it?
I would recommend it. I think it's a lot of fun. I do think that it is going to get a lot deeper, as invariably these series do. Mm-hmm. I still am, looking forward to seeing them on the big screen. I'm really hoping that we get to see some sort of...
You've just got a real big crush on, Sky.
Well, I guess I'm that transparent after all.
Well, anyways, let's wrap this up. So I guess, 3 thumbs up for episode 3 of this podcast show for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I say.
Thumbs up for Agents
Did
of
you
S.H.I.E.L.D.
want to say, you guys, anything? Want to say anything before we wrap it up?
Well, no, I think keep watching. It's
Please do.
It is it's gonna keep gathering steam and picking up. I think for Agent Jared, Agent Terrence, and Agent Ken, I think we're all done for today. So
thanks very much for popping into our show.
No problem. Welcome anytime, of course.
Definitely. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Get back to your S.H.I.E.L.D. comic.
Hopefully, you guys will stick around for the next episode. Thanks.
Cool. I heard that Fury's gonna be white again or something, or like it's a kid.
All right. Cool.